Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to the very first episode of the benefits of building, where today we're going to be talking about the very first benefit, which is you only look better with age. And so I don't remember who or where exactly I heard this from for the first time, but I know I heard it as early as high school and relentlessly in college. And that is some variation of this statement.
Well, this is the best that it's going to get. This is the easiest that it's going to get. You can gain weight and lose it easily now, gain weight, lose it easily now, but the minute you hit your 30s, you're not going to be able to lose the weight the same way.
And I just remember this made me put so much pressure on myself to be in my prime in those very early years of adulthood when I was 20, 21, 22, which just so happened to be when I was at my heaviest and the most uncomfortable I felt with my body. And I just remember statements like that made me feel almost ashamed, because I just felt like now, if any, should be the time that I feel good and feel confident in my body, and I just didn't. And so now, obviously, my perspective is very different, and the truth of the matter is, if you are weight training and you haven't been training for at least 5 years, no matter how old you are, you probably haven't reached your peak or your prime or your muscle growing potential. And I say this because even for the most dedicated, diligent, consistent person that you can think of, someone who is tracking every gram of protein, tracking every calorie, never missing a workout, it will take them at least 5 years to start approaching 80% of their muscle building potential. And it would take another 5 years to start nudging into that other 10 to 20%. But my point is, I'm not perfect, and I would say that most of us aren't perfect, and most of us aren't tracking every single calorie and tracking every gram of protein and never going out with friends because we can't miss a workout. Like, most of us just incorporate exercise and weight training into our lives. We don't throw our lives away for weight training. So even for the perfect machine of a person, it's going to take half a decade to start approaching their maximum growth potential. And for those of us who aren't perfect, it's going to take even longer. And the reason why this is so beneficial and why this is such a positive thing is because no matter how consistent you are, no matter how bad you want to see results, getting to your best self is going to take years. It's not something that you can rush into weeks or months. It's something that no matter how hard you're working, it has to be a long-term goal. For you to reach your maximum potential, it has to be a long-term goal. It's going to take years, and that is just the reality of it. And this was just such a magical shift in perspective for me, because I went from feeling like, okay, this is the best it's gonna get and it's only gonna get worse from here. This is the best it's gonna get and it's only gonna get worse from here. This is the best it's gonna get and only get worse from here. To, okay, when I see myself in the mirror, I'll hype myself up, give me all the compliments, tell myself I see the growth, I see the progress, I see that hard work paying off. And just think, if you're to stay consistent and keep showing up and keep putting in the work, you're only gonna look better next year. Next year rolls around. And you can truthfully tell yourself, keep it up you're gonna look better next year. Keep it up, you're gonna look better next year. And you can truthfully tell yourself that. Up until when you do reach your maximum potential, it's not like once you hit the peak, you're gonna start rapidly declining. No, all you have to do is maintain it. Like, you don't even have to do any more work to build anymore. All you have to do is just maintain what you've already worked so hard building by going to the gym once or twice a week. And this carries over up into your more mature years as well, when you're in your 40s and you're in your 50s and you're in your 60s and 70s and 80s. And yes, as we age, we're not going to be physically as capable as we once were in our 20s and 30s. We're naturally going to lose some muscle, of course. But because you did so much of the front work, it's going to be a lot easier for you to maintain all of that muscle that you already built, which is going to keep your metabolism fast, which is going to keep you burning a lot more calories and allow you to eat a lot more without putting on a ton of extra pounds as your metabolism starts to slow down as we age. And so, in conclusion, the very first benefit of building is that you look better with age. It's not like you're at your peak and because you're no longer in your 20s, you just have to accept the fact that, you know, it's only gonna go downhill from here. Weight training has showed me that age doesn't determine when you're in your prime. You determine when you're in your prime, and you determine how long you want your prime to be. And let's say you can no longer sustain all of, you know, like the peak amount of muscle that you've ever been able to build. That doesn't mean you're not in your prime anymore. Like, your prime is determined off of how good you feel and how good you feel you look. And weight training allows you to have so much control of that. So again, in conclusion, you will look better as you age, and it's not something that's going to rapidly decline just because the numbers on this, in, I was trying to say something witty, but it doesn't make any sense. Just because your age is going up doesn't mean that your prime or your peak is going down. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you found anything in this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!